Yo, what is going on? JKicks here, and today I'm going to be talking about Adidas versus Nike / Jordan. So if you know anything about sneakers right now, you'd know that Adidas is totally dominating the market. The reason Adidas is controlling the market right now is because they've built a hype around their Boost products. And it started off with a pure Boost model, and it's worked its way up into the Yeezy Boost, which really got the Boost popular because people that can't afford Yeezys could still own something with Boost in it. With all this hype built around Adidas, you don't hear too much from Jordan other than constantly seeing their shoes sit in the stores. Now with Jordan shoes sitting on shelves, it gives people that couldn't spend huge amounts of money on resale before, it gives them a chance to find some really nice shoes for retail. It is really smart for Jordan to keep producing all these shoes because the people that get hooked on Jordan now while they can find them for retail will really stay with Jordan when Jordan makes a huge comeback. In my opinion, Jordan is just letting Adidas have their time because there's nothing that they can really do about that. The hype is definitely dying down on the Adidas Boost products because I've been starting to see NMDs sitting on shelves, and same as Ultra Boost, which those were the huge shoes for Adidas. Jordan hasn't really been releasing tons of collabs into the market other than the Just Dawn Arctic Oranges, which didn't have a huge amount to release, and then the OVO 12s and the Wing 1s. Those were really the only huge Jordan releases recently, and also the PSNY 12s, but I think that Jordan has just been saving all of them for future when the Adidas isn't going as good, and then people will go back to Jordan, because you've been seeing the off-white ones that have been being teased all over like Instagram and stuff. Those are being saved to release until the future when the Adidas isn't as hyped up. Adidas has just been really dominating the market because they release about like 2 or 3 colorways of NMDs every weekend. They're always releasing Ultra Boost. They're just sending them everywhere, and a smart thing to do with Adidas would be for them to send more to Canada, because over here I haven't seen any NMDs sitting other than in the kids / women's section, and in America I've seen PrimeNet NMDs sitting everywhere, and so it would be really smart of them to send more to Canada because that is where they could sell more. I live in a really small town in Canada, and there's not really many shoe stores around us, and so when people see me wearing like my NMDs or Yeezys, something like that, they're like, whoa, where can I get me a pair of these? And the problem is not many get sent to big places around us. Even just Toronto, that's a few hours away, they aren't getting as many of these NMDs as the States are. I know that Adidas would make a lot more money if they sent more of the popular shoes to Canada and they still kept producing them into the States, just because I know so many people that would buy the shoes. Also, resellers aren't finding as much of a need to buy the NMDs and stuff because they aren't making as much of a profit anymore, because it went from you could resell them for double the price that you bought them for, or even more than that, to just only making like 10-20 bucks, like no more than $100 on a pair of NMDs or Ultra Boost. And the resellers are the one that are keeping the hype big on Adidas, and so once all the resellers notice that they aren't getting resold for much, then they aren't going to find a need to buy them. My opinion is that if you're wasting all your money on Adidas shoes, then you are gonna lose a ton of money if you're planning on reselling that, because I think that Jordan is gonna have a huge comeback in the next year or so, and then all the hype will be back onto Jordan and Nike. I do have to admit, Adidas is really killing it right now. I love the shoes that they're producing. I'm not dissing them at all in this video, and neither am I talking down on Jordan or Nike. Nike. I'm just stating my opinion on the whole Adidas first Nike situation. Please like and share with your friends, and if you haven't already, please hit subscribe. It only takes a second and it really helps.